this is on my heart. I just got finished training. And, I've thought about in my life, like every time that I felt like my life was being ruined, right? Like where was I at? What was I doing? What was I allowing in my life? And this is like a unpopular thing to say. Like, I'm not going to talk about people. I'm not going to talk about all these things that we think ruin our life. I want to talk about this because I feel like so many of us get stuck in a season that we're not supposed to be in anymore. I feel like some of us get stuck in life and we live the rest of our life that was meant to be a moment. We allow that to become our whole identity, right? That was meant to be just a time in life, an experience, right? A bad season, a bad chapter. We allow that to become who we are and we stay stuck there. And so everybody on this live, and I'm so convicted to say this is why you're feeling so much passion, because I know it's going to touch somebody's heart. Somebody on this live or everybody on this live, I need you to understand and realize this. Like, I want you to go back to the moment where you just start accepting that this was you, right? You start accepting that this is how I'm going to live my health. This is how I'm going to value my life. This is what I'm going to accept in my life. And I'm going to be this. And we forget who we are. And so many of us, we turn in who we are, right, to become something that the world wants us to be or somebody else wants us to be. So I want you to think right now, at what point did you lose yourself? At what point did you say, you know what, my life is not going to be any good, so I'm just going to live like this? At what point did you lose the passion for your dream? At what point did you lose the worth and love for yourself? At what point did you stop dreaming, that you stopped loving yourself, that you stopped going for it, that you started feeling sorry for yourself? At what point was that in your life? And I get it. Hard times come. I get it. Heartbreak comes, and those things aren't easy. But I want to share this message with you, something that's changed my life. And I realized until I started doing this, my life was going to continue to be ruined. My life was going to continue to stay in the same position. My life was going to be this forever. Forever. And this is the truth. And I know this might sting a bit, but I'm saying this out of love because I care about you. How you're feeling right now, if you don't change it, this is how you're going to feel the rest of your life. And to be real with you, probably worse. Because you're going to stay in this depression quicksand that's going to keep getting deeper and deeper and deeper until you say, F it, I'm just going to live like this the rest of my life. So many of us, we threw in the towel on our dreams because somebody told us we're too old, or somebody told us that we're not capable enough, or we started comparing our life. At some point, we threw in the towel and working on ourselves. At some point, we threw in the towel and actually loving who we are. Whether somebody told us that, whether the world, the circumstances gave us that, but I want you to change your mindset today. And I'm not going to be on here long, so stay on here. I want you to change your mindset today by understanding this, man. What you focus on is what you attract. What you focus on is what you attract. What you focus on is what you feel. I preach this all the time for the last decade. Facts over feelings. This saved my life because feelings were telling me that I wasn't enough. Feelings were telling me that I'm done, I'm over, I'm this or I'm that, I'm not good enough, I'm not this enough, I'm not that enough. But I remember the facts, and some of us, we forgot about the facts. You see, some of you accepted a version of yourself that somebody else tried to give you that wasn't you. Some of you accepted what this world tried to make you to be, and you accepted that circumstance that the enemy put on you, and you accepted that, and you believed it. I need you to unsubscribe to that thing that's not helping your life. That's not helping your life. And I want to tell you this. What you focus on is what you attract. And what I mean by this, some of us, we're so focused on it. Please hear me when I say this, man. Please hear me when I say this. Yeah, I'm back. Believe that. Some of us, we're so focused on a past that we cannot change, that we cannot control. I want to say this again. I know it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I know some of you might be at work in your headphones. You ain't supposed to be listening. You might get in trouble, but you need this. It's worth it. Some of us, we're so focused on a past that we can't change or we can't control. And I always say, what is the CC? Can you change it? Can you control it? And so many of us, we stay in places that we can't change and we can't control, but we allow those things that we can't change and we can't control to control us. Can I get an amen if you feel this? Thanks for the stars. I appreciate the love. Can I get an amen if you feel this? If you've ever been like this in your life, drop a heart in the comments right now. If you've ever been in a place where you're like, damn, I'm stuck in my past. You're stuck in your dream that you used to live in high school. You're stuck in a relationship that happened 10 years ago. You're stuck in a job that no longer is a part of your life. You're stuck in a mistake that you made 5 years ago that you can't change or control anymore. And no wonder why we feel helpless, because you're staying in the past that is done. The only way to change the past or bring understanding to the past, because you can't change it. The only way to bring understanding in the past and get the most out of your past and allow allow you to use it and not use you, is you have to change your present right now to say, you know what, I'm going to allow this past to build something inside of me to make my future better. I'm going to allow this past to be a learning lesson. I'm going to allow the person that walked out of my life 10 years ago to be a lesson to me. I'm going to allow the things that left my life to make more room for the right things to enter my life. But you have to get to a point where you say, I cannot change this or I cannot control this. I have to let it go. What you focus on is what you attract. If you focus on the past that you can't control, I'm going to tell you what you're going to attract. Depression, you're going to attract sadness, and you're going to attract a lack of energy to live life. Because you feel like your best days are 10 years ago. Why does that have to be? Why can't you be the best you now? Who says it? A book? Somebody's opinion? Why can't this be the best you right now? What excuses are you giving yourself? Because you lost something? Because somebody walked out of your life? Because a dream happened that failed or a job? What excuse are you giving yourself? Because the last time I checked, as long as you got breath in your body, as long as you got a heartbeat inside of here, as long as you got this, you have another opportunity, you have another chance. But some of us, we are still staying stuck in something that we cannot change or we cannot control. So it has to get to this point. Ask yourself, what can I focus on? So instead of worrying about your past and the things you can't control, focus on the blessings that's right in front of your face. Focus on the opportunities that's right in front of your face. You might say, Trent, I cannot change nothing. You can change how you deal with your health. You can change your mindset, what you feed yourself. Somewhere you're on this live right now getting fed. You can change what you surround your life around. You can change your environment. You can change your perspective. You can change your health. You can change your mindset. Those things are in your control. So instead of worrying about something you can't control that attracts depression, that attracts sadness, how about you focus on something that's in your control? The blessings in your life right now. Because what that's going to attract is going to attract a little bit of control. It's going to attract some confidence in your life. And you're going to feel like, and you're going to know that you can do a lot more with your life. A lot more with your life. Some of us, we're focused on the worries of yesterday, right? Some of us, we're focused on hate. Things that we can't control when we can focus on love just like that. So the point of this live, I told you I wasn't going to be long, but the point of this live, I was just thinking about this. I said, dang, my life changed, man, when I stopped focusing on certain things that were attracting the wrong things. Don't focus on things that bring you depression. Don't focus on things that make you feel like you're less. Don't focus on things that make you feel like you're not enough. And focus on the things that bring your soul what it needs. Focus on that. Focus on the blessings that are around you every single day that we become blind to, that we become numb to, that we take for granted until we lose it. We thinking that we ain't got no blessings in our life because we're looking up on Instagram, seeing a house or a car and think those are blessings, but we miss the blessings right in front of our face every single day, and we don't appreciate life anymore. When you lose appreciation, depression is near. When you lose appreciation, sadness and anxiety is near with your life. So I need you to take control of the things that you can control. And I want you to guard your heart. I want you to guard your life. And most importantly, I want you to guard your focus. Guard your focus, because what you focus on is what you feel. I guarantee it. If you focus on things that bring you happiness, you will feel happiness in your life. If you focus on things that fill you up, you will feel fulfillment in your life. If you focus on things that drain you, you will feel drained in your life. You got to stop living in the past that you cannot control or change. You got to stop living in a person, that you cannot control or change. You got to stop living in a past that you cannot control or change, and you got to stop living in a person. What I mean by that, there's people that you cannot control or change, that you're allowing to control you. You're worried about the people at your job talking about you. No matter how much you worry about them talking about you, it ain't going to stop them talking about you. You worry about an old relationship that happened and that person spreading rumors about you. No matter how much you worry about that old relationship, you can't stop the rumors they spread about you. You're worried about a friend that you did everything for, that you were there for, but now they turn their back on you, and now they telling the world all this stuff that ain't true, and you're worried about the lies. No matter how much you focus on their lies, it will never make them tell the truth. So you have to give yourself what it needs and stop fighting this external battle with a war that you're not capable to win. That's impossible to win. You start inside of here. And that's a part of protecting your peace. I can't worry about what people say about me. I can't worry about the mistakes that I made years ago. But you know what I can worry about? Now. You know what I can worry about? This season in my life that I'm currently in. And I have control over that. I have control over that, and so do you. So my question to everybody watching this right now is, what is this season going to be for you? And only you can say it. Only you can change it. Only you can create the experience. Only you can grow in this season. Only you can make this season what it needs to be for your life. Or is this going to be another season like last season, and the season before, and the season before, where you're worried about things that you can't control, where you focus on the wrong things that attract the wrong things to your life? Enough has to be enough, man. And this mindset ain't just available to Trent Shelton. This mindset ain't just available to me. It's available to you too. It's available to you too. Y'all ain't hearing me though. Maybe I'm just talking to myself. And maybe this was a message just to myself to come on here, because I don't know if y'all hearing me or y'all feeling me. But I need you to wake up, man, and realize that. Because so many of us are depressed. I see it. I get messages every single day. It's always dealing with a person or a past or something that you can't change or control. And I say, okay, you want to feel better? Do this. Do this. Focus on what you can control. Go for a walk around the block. Show yourself that you're capable despite. Show yourself that you're worthy despite. Show yourself that you're great despite. Despite what, Trent? Despite any opposition that comes in your life. Start applying pressure to your oppositions. And I'm not just talking about people. I'm talking about that past that's your opposition. I'm talking about those people or person that's an opposition. I'm talking about that weak perspective that's an opposition. It's time for you to start applying pressure to your opposition. And you don't apply pressure to your opposition by focusing on your opposition. You apply pressure by working on the things in your life that you know you need for yourself. So if you're feeling mentally drained, well, man, y'all ain't hearing me. This is the part where people don't like, because it comes to self now, right? People love to blame everybody else. But I'm going to tell you this, because I had to tell myself this. If you're feeling mentally drained, what are you doing for your mental health? Go meditate. Go do some yoga. Go for a walk. Talk to God. Pray. What are you doing for yourself? If you're feeling unhealthy, what are you doing for your health? If you're feeling unhealthy in your relationships, what are you doing for those relationships? What are you keeping in your life? What do you need to put in your life? What are the things that you can control? That's all that I say. And I know it's easier said than done, but damn, I know it's hard as hell to keep living in the same mindset, keep living in the same environment, to keep living in the same pain, to keep living in the same depression. I know that's a lot harder than actually trying. Because this is the thing, y'all. I applaud anybody who tries, man, because the accomplishment isn't in the reaching the destination. Life is a journey. The accomplishment is actually in the attempting to try. If you can honestly sit back and say, before you complain, have you given your all? Have you prayed about it? Have you given your all for 30 days, for a week, for a day? Have you given your all to what you say that you need in your life? Because I hate to tell you this message. I hate to say this. I wish it was easier than this, but I want to tell you this, and don't take this out of context, but ain't nobody coming to save you, man. I learned this past year. Ain't nobody coming to save you. What I mean by that is, yes, people might care about you. People might reach out to you, but ain't nobody going to pick you up. Ain't nobody going to make you do it. People can try to make you do it, but nothing changes without your permission. That's what I mean by that. When nobody's coming to save you, it means that without your permission, can't nothing change. I can want to be a better swimmer all I want. Or people can want me to be a better swimmer all they want. But until I get in the water and learning how and actually start stroking myself, I'm not going to become a better swimmer. What does that have anything to do with life, Trent? That's life. Some of you want to become better, or some people want you to become better in your life, but you're not willing to do better in your life. So nobody's coming to save you. I realized that this past year, no matter the well wishes, no matter, Trent, I'm praying for you, which I appreciate all that. Wasn't nothing going to change in my life until I changed it. My health wasn't going to get better until I started making healthier choices. My mental health wasn't going to get better until I started taking care of my mental health and protecting my peace. And that's what you have to understand, y'all. You have to understand that. And I'm passionate about this right now because some of us, we sit and we wait. We pray and wait for God to give us miracles when the miracle is you. Do you realize that? When the miracle is right in front of your face, when the miracle is the ability to be able to change your situation, that's the miracle. How do you know that, Trent? Because I know people in this world will be praying to be in your situation. I know people in this world will be praying to be in your shoes. You don't have it as bad as you think. You might have it terrible, but you don't have it as bad as you think if you keep telling yourself that. If you can tell it's not as bad as I think, it's not as bad as I think, it programs you to be able to find more and better for your life, y'all. Better for your life. That's the opportunity for you. That's the blessing for you. You know what I mean? I got to be real with you, man. I can't give you no empty motivation. I never have, and I'm not going to start now. I can't give you no empty motivation because some of us, we're sitting here just waiting. We're praying, we're waiting, we're praying for better health, but we putting all the unhealth. I'm going to get judged for this one, but judge me. We praying for better health, but we putting all the unhealthy stuff in our body. We praying for better relationships, but we continuously staying in piss poor relationships. Excuse my French. I'm sorry, mother. Right? We're praying to have a better mindset, but yet we keep taking in junk on social media over and over and over again. At some point, it comes from to praying to actually doing with the prayer, because that's when you truly believe, and that's when growth, that's when progression, that's when success happens, when you actually do the action after the prayer shows how much you believe in what you're praying for. Some people don't want to hear that. And some people might tell you different. But until I got up out of my pit, until I got up out of my hell and actually say, you know what, I'm praying to get out this hell, but until I got up out of this hell myself, God, just give me the strength. That's all I ask. God, just give me the strength to be able to go to nature. God, just give me the strength to be able to go get on my treadmill. God, just give me the strength to be able to go do yoga on my mat. God, just give me the strength to walk around the block. That's all I need you for, God, right now. Because if I get the strength, I know I'm going to connect with you. I know I'm going to change my situation. See, some of you want God to do everything for you, and God will do everything for you. I'm preaching right now. God will do everything for you. But faith shows in you believing without everything for you happening in your life. That's when God's power in your life is activated, when you act. There's no activation without acting, without action. There's no activation. And how do I know? Because this past year, until I actually started doing with my prayer, that's when I got in a better place in my life. And I'm not speaking to you from a place of education. I'm not speaking to you from a place of I think. I'm speaking to you from a place of experience. And some of you have been following my journey for this last year. You know I ain't BSing with you. You know I'm telling you the truth. But I said enough is enough. And I stopped focusing on the things that I couldn't control and change. And I focused on the things that I could. So where's your CC, as I call it? Is it in the impossible? Is it in the past? Or is your CC in your control? You're saying, you know what? Control and change. So ask yourself that after this live right now. After this video, ask yourself, what can I control and change and focus on that? Because as long as God tells us, man, stop being anxious, right? Stop being anxious for so many things. You know why he tells us that? Because he says tomorrow will have his own words. You know why? Because so many of us live in the past that we can't change, in the future that we haven't experienced yet. And we lose the appreciation, the power of the moment that we have right now. Life is about moments. And what we do with the moments, the choices we make into the moments, make the moments. So I just ask that you make better choices for yourself, for your family. And it won't be perfect, man, but it will be worth it. Like, it will be worth it. We got to stop focusing on the wrong things. Some of us, we focus on our timeline, worried about somebody talking about us, somebody sneak dissing us, worried about that, worried about other people's lives that have nothing to do with our life, following celebrities' lives and worried about their stuff, commenting on their stuff, right? Commenting on somebody else's life, gossiping about other people's lives and what they got going on, as if yours is perfect. You know, one of my best traits, and I will say this, I'm not a perfect human being by far, but one of my best traits is that I mind the business that pays me. I don't like talking about other people. I don't like worrying about other people. I love helping people. But I don't like doing that because I have so much in my life that I need to work on, that I need to better. I have so much responsibility to be who I need to be for those that need me to be the man that I need to be. And that's a lot of focus and work in itself. So I don't have time. I don't have time to focus and worry about things that I can't control or change. I don't want to waste my damn life. Waste my years living life like that. Right? So many people waste their life living life like that. Looking at somebody else's social media, worrying about them. Oh, look what they bought. Oh, text somebody. Let me send this to somebody. Oh, did you see who they dating? Worrying about that. Or worry about your past. Oh, man, like I made a mistake 10 years ago. No. That's how you're going to live the rest of your life? And the things you can't control or change? I promise you this. And promise is a strong word, but I promise you this. If you commit to 3 things, man, that you can control and change. And I'm always tell you the triad, mind, body, and soul. If you say for the next 90 days, I'm going to focus on this. And 90 days seems like people can't even stay committed for a week. For the next week, just start with a week. I'm going to focus on one thing mind, one thing body, one thing soul. And I'm going to better myself. And I'm going to stop focusing on distractions. I'm going to stop focusing on all the things outside of me. I'm going to stop focusing on all the negativity. And I'm going to focus on the things that I can control and change, that I want to better. Watch how your life changes. Rehab time started from that mindset 13 years ago. Mind, body, and soul. Some of you have been a part of this journey for that long, so you know. I said, what can I control and change? Mind, body, and soul. And it changed my life. So every time I get in the funk, every time I get in this depression quicksand, as I call it, Trent, what can you control and change? Mind, body, and soul. And it's something about progression. It's something about progression that builds confidence. It's something about progression. Even the smallest progression will build the most major confidence in your life. It's something about progression that builds confidence. It's something about progression that promotes healing. It's something about moving forward with your life, even if it's a step. It makes you feel a little bit better about yourself. But when we stand still, not in a healthy way, but when we stand still in an unhealthy way, we die. Not necessarily a physical death, but our dreams die, our passion for life dies, our health starts to wither away because we stop moving. We just start accepting. Some of you on this live, you stop moving. You stop moving towards the things, oh man. You stop moving towards the things that brought you life. You stop moving towards the things that brought you peace. You stop moving towards the things that brought you confidence and brought you positive energy in your life. You stop moving towards it. And you just start accepting life. You start accepting it. Maybe it's because you turn a certain age. You just start accepting that, oh, well, this is how life is going to be. Or this is who I am. I can't change who I am. And when you use those type of words, you put yourself in a mental prison. You put yourself in a mental prison that becomes very hard for you to break out of. You see, the greatest prison isn't behind bars, my friend. The greatest prison is being mentally behind bars. You see, when you break free by giving yourself permission to dream again, by giving yourself permission to grow again, by giving yourself permission to heal again, by giving yourself permission, hell, to experience again, you start to feel better in your life. See, some of us, we killed our inner child. Some of us, we killed the passion inside of us. And we stop doing and we start accepting. And when you stop doing and you start accepting, it's impossible to become what you need in your life. So I hope this message just touched your heart in some way. You know, if it did, drop a heart in the comments right now. But I know what it feels like to stop moving. I know what it feels like to start just accepting. And I also know what it feels like to say, forget that. I'm about to get the most out of this thing we call life. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to do the things that make me feel alive, that make me smile, that make me happy. Some of us start doing that. We stop doing the things that made us feel energized. We stop having fun in our life. We just started living. That's it. We started existing. It's a better word. That's it. Some of us are just existing. We're just waiting to die. Some of us are living life waiting to die. By going through Groundhog's Day every day, same thing, same whatever. And you lost passion for life because you believe that that's what life is about. Well, I'm here to tell you, it ain't. Life is truly what you make it. It's how you define it. It's how you live it. It's how you experience it. And you're and you're in control of that, my friend. I don't care what is happening in your life. You're in control of the meanings that you give to life. You're in control of that. And when you have better meanings in life and you find a meaning for your life, life changes. And so many of you, when I wanted to give up, you reminded me of my meaning for my life just by a message. Some of you on this live right now, I'm looking at the comments. You're reminding me right now the meaning for my life. And when you find meaning, you find a more meaningful life. And you find a mission and a purpose. You find a hunger again for life. See, some of us, we lost our hunger for it. You know, we lost our journey, right? When you have a journey, think about this. I'm gonna leave after this. Think about when you have a journey, right? You have a plan. You have a goal to reach. You have something to do, right? You live life a little bit differently. Just think about it. Like maybe you say, okay, I'm going to clean up my house today. And the day goes by like that because you're locked in on cleaning up your house, cleaning this room, cleaning that room. And it makes you feel something, right? The accomplishment makes you feel like something. You finish it. You're like, man, I just feel good about myself. That's life. I want you to take that same mindset, whether it's your house or your car, whatever it may be, to your life. Right? Start setting some goals for yourself. Because when you have something that you know you're trying to obtain, you're trying to reach, it gives you a sense of purpose for your life. And some of us, we lost purpose in our life. We lost purpose for life. And a big part of that is because of this. You know, one of my biggest prayers, and I'm going to do a video over this, the 5 prayers that I say, easiest prayers, and I promise you I'm off after this because I got to go. One of my biggest prayers that I say, and it's simple. I say, dear God, Lord, if there's no purpose in it, free me from it. Because when you're attached to things that have no purpose, you end up losing purpose in your life. Some of us right now on this live, we've lost purpose because we're attached to things that have no purpose. So I want you to free yourself. And sometimes what you lose is a surprise. Because some things you think have purpose in your life, and they really don't. They're keeping you from yours. Focus on what you can control and change, and let go of what you can't control and change. I love you. I appreciate you. Feel free to text me if you want to below. I send out messages every single day, daily inspiration. But make this week a great week by doing that. And it all starts with you. I mean, it does. It all starts with you. I can talk till I'm blue in the face on here. Till you start acting by activating things in your life through action. It's Groundhog's Day, right? Experience the same thing over and over and over again till you lose purpose in life and for life. And I don't want that for you. It's rehab time.